Hello, greetings from Smile Center, India. Welcome to the video on smoking and your smile. Today is the World No Tobacco Day, and I thought it's important that I do a video on this particular topic. So, what are the oral health risks you need to know in relation to smoking? You need to know this. This is very, very important. Yeah, there are lots of conditions which are associated with smoking as far as the oral cavity is concerned, the mouth and teeth are concerned. So number one is gum disease. You can develop tooth loss, staining of teeth, dry mouth, bad breath, dental decay, oral cancer, and then there is an impact of smoking on various dental treatments. Then it has got general health effects, which in turn can affect the mouth. You have reduced immune response, reduced blood flow, decreased salivary flow, and then it's also important to know about secondhand smoke. Okay, so let's go topic by topic. Gum disease. This is a very common thing, very common problem which we encounter in smokers. So what happens? The gums start receding and the tooth, the gum margins start receding and more of the tooth becomes visible and the teeth turn sensitive and the gums turned inflamed and you tend to have a lot of food entrapment between gums apart from discoloration. So this is the onset of a deteriorating condition from where the patient starts experiencing tooth loss. Why does the tooth get loose and then how do you lose the tooth? It's just because it causes recession of the gum, and the recession of the gum causes loss of bone height, and once the bone is gone, the bone which is enveloping the root of the tooth to protect it in its position, once that bone is gone, the tooth starts becoming mobile, it starts shaking, and finally it falls off all by itself. I've seen a couple of smokers complaining of mobile teeth which have fallen off by themselves. It's just because of this particular condition. So the condition of tooth loss can happen. Discolored teeth, which is very common. I'm sure you're all aware of this. A lot of people have got discoloration of teeth because of gum disease, because of in turn because of smoking. And what happens in such a situation? To improve the color, they use all kinds of whitening toothpaste and they use other methods like tooth whitening and things like that, which in turn can cause more damage. And all these whitening toothpaste, they are mostly of gel consistency, having a lot of abrasives in them, because the abrasives are necessary to remove the stains, which in turn will cause damage to the enamel as well. So why create a problem and then try to solve the problem? It's always better that you avoid creating a problem in the first place. Okay, so teeth discoloration. Then people develop this problem called dry mouth. Now, why dry mouth in smoking? Because the smoke can always cause an inflammation of the salivary ducts. That is, they are the small passages from the salivary producing glands called the salivary glands to the mouth. So it comes out through a small pipe from the salivary gland which produces the saliva, and then the ducts carry the saliva into the mouth and then they open into the mouth. So the saliva production gets reduced because of the inflammation of the salivary duct. So which is another problem. Now what will happen when you lose when you have reduced salivary content in the mouth? Then the mouth becomes dry. Okay. So bad breath. There is a condition. This is a very common condition in smokers. People have bad breath, and I'm sure you would have seen. I'm sure you would have identified people easily that they are a smoker the moment they come close. It's only because of the bad breath. They generate that odor from their mouths which is very often irritating, and it causes a lot of discomfort when you come across people who smoke. So this is another very important thing. Tooth decay. As I mentioned earlier, the moment you have a dry mouth because of decreased salivary secretion, that leads to decay. You have developing decay of multiple teeth, which is another problem. Oral cancer, which is something very, very important. 35 years ago, when I was doing my post-graduation in oral and maxillofacial surgery, I've encountered a lot of people who've been afflicted by oral cancer. I've seen different stages, right from the beginning to the terminal stages of cancer. And I tell you, in spite of all the advancements in medical science, even today, cancer is an extremely debilitating condition. It compromises your quality of life. It really alters your facial profile. It changes your mouth completely. It changes the jaw structure. And you look, very often they look ugly and they look weak, and they are not able to speak properly. They are not able to chew properly once affected by oral cancer. And treatment is again pretty prolonged. It is painful, and it really decreases the quality of life. So why create an opportunity for cancer to come into your body? You should never allow that. Okay. Impact on dental treatments. Now, smoking can always alter the effect of dental treatment, whatever you've got done. For instance, if you've got composite veneers or composite fillings done in your teeth, these composite fillings can easily attract the stains of smoking, and the stains which are absorbed by the composites will not go away that easily. It's not very easy to remove those stains. Likewise, it can also cause, because of the dry mouth, what happens, the cavities start developing beside the existing fillings. So all these are problems which can happen, and it will also affect healing. It affects healing in a big way. If you've undergone a surgery, and then the surgery wound does not heal properly and it tends to get infected. I had a patient recently who had multiple issues because he continued smoking after the procedure. We had done an apicectomy procedure for him on the front tooth, but he could not avoid smoking. He kept smoking, and the infection will never go away, and the healing was impaired. And we had to do multiple surgeries to ensure that he came back to normalcy. He still continues to have problems just because of improper healing in that area. Then, of course, there are general health effects like depressed immune response, which is a common thing, and reduced blood flow. See, please remember, you need to have excellent blood flow to the different body parts to ensure that they work properly, to ensure that the health of those areas are properly maintained. The moment there is a depression and reduce in blood flow, automatically that affects the tissues in a big way, and that leads to cell death and a lot of other issues. So smoking is an important causative factor for reduced blood flow in the orofacial region. Inflammation of the salivary gland openings, I've already spoken about this earlier. And there are multiple other effects which can happen because of smoking. I've just given you an overview of this. We will definitely make another video pertaining to the solutions for smokers, how you can quit smoking, how you can come out of smoking, which is very important. That will come in as an additional video. I thought you need to know about the importance of stopping smoking first, and what smoking can cause inside your mouth, what sort of problems it can create for you in your mouth. I thought that is a very important topic which I need to cover first. So certainly join us for the next video on smoking solutions. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe to our channel. Please share this video with your friends. Thank you very much.